Hello, everyone. Today we've got a pretty fun one, and that is the 100 greatest metal albums of all time, according to the Rolling Stone. Now, I came across this list, last week? And I thought this would make a pretty fun video. So let's see what they say. Wait, is this City of Evil? Okay, that's a pretty good pick. Oh, wait a second. I've only listened to like half this album, and what I did here was really good. You have Beast in the Harlot, which is one of their biggest radio hits, and wow, that is a great song. It also, of course, has Bad Country on it, another one of their big radio hits, and also a very good song. So I can see this being in the top 100, definitely. Another album I've heard little chunks of, and what I did here was, again, quite good. You have Wake Me Up. What? Wake Me Up? Whatever that song's called, which is just, of course, this massive meme now. You have that song, Everybody's Fool. That song is good. Oh, what else is on there? Okay, let's move along. Haven't heard it. Oh, Gojira. I need to start listening to their albums. Haven't heard. Ooh. I remember saying that on my. Oh, hey kitty. That on my Dream Theater album ranking. I think that this one is not ranking the Loudwire thing. I said that this album was overrated. Although I can't deny that it's so important to the prog metal scene. And it's when people started realizing prog metal some more. Because, of course, songs like Another Day and Pull Me Under were massive radio hits as well. And the radio cut of Pull Me Under is awful, by the way. Anyway, I could totally see this being in the top 100 of all time. Oh. My cat is slightly off camera. Don't bite. Oh, let's pray that they have like at least maybe two more of their albums in here. Haven't heard, haven't heard, haven't heard, haven't heard. Nope, nope. Ah, that's one of the only Lamb of God albums I have not listened to yet. Ruin is probably my top three Lamb of God songs. That song is brilliant. The rest of the album I have not heard. So, uh, I need to listen to more metal albums, don't I? I need to stop listening to Dream Theater and Iron Maiden so much. Ooh. That's another one I could absolutely see on here. Well, I did love the whole album. None of the songs really grabbed me as being incredible. I guess that's just because, Death is so consistent that even their, dare I say, forgettable songs are still really good. Let's hope that they have Symbolic or The Sound of Perseverance higher. Because I think those two albums are just slightly better than Human. Hmm. So many albums I've never listened to. Ooh, that is a good pick. I actually listened to this album the other day, and I must say, it was very good. You have the 12-minute title track, which is just amazing. And the rest of the album is quite good as well. So I could see this being in the top 100 of all time. Hmm. That's another one I was thinking of getting around to. The title song, Hard Work, that song is so cool. How's just all the harmonies and stuff playing off each other? Good stuff. All right. Now the second part of the top one, I nearly said 200. 100 is right here. So what did I remember to scroll to the top? Hello? There we go. Alright. Oh, that is a good pick. Where do you start with Iowa? Left Behind, one of their biggest hits. Disaster Piece, one of their biggest hits. People Equals, one of their biggest hits. Why am I blanking on the rest of the songs? Hang on a minute. Oh, that's not how you spell it. Unfortunately, I'm not too familiar with this album. Well, I must say, it's a great album. And, yeah, sure, it could be on this list, I think. My cat is distracting me again. Oh, good, good. Oh, I hope there's a couple more Slayer albums. It is, of course, home to South of Heaven, which was definitely a risky song for them at the time, because, of course, they just came off Rain in Blood, which is just super in your face for, 28 minutes? Again, I'm going to have to bring up... Oh, I hate to have to do this. Also, I have a Slayer album ranking coming up soon. Song list. Ooh. Oh, how did I forget Mandatory Suicide? One of their slower, more groovy songs, and groovy, and it definitely works. You have Spill the Blood, which is really fast as well. Ghosts of War is great. Behind the Crooked Cross, just the way that he says "Behind the Crooked Cross." And spoilers, I believe South of Heaven is number 3 on my album ranking for them. Actually, I hope they have Seasons and Rain and Blood higher. Oh, I just spoiled my top 2. Anyway. That's another classic album I need to listen to at some point. Another classic album I have not listened to. God damn. Ooh. Let's talk about Far Beyond Driven, okay? Which is, of course, home to 5 minutes. Wow, nice rhymes. That song is brilliant, and the breakdown at the end is just... It's got Becoming with all that whammy craziness. What else is there? I'm Broken. It is home to that song, what's it called? Friends in a Bottle of Pills. That song is not good, let's face it. On the whole, though, it's a very solid album. Ooh, Iron Maiden's Power Slave. This is actually home to my number 1 Iron Maiden song. And no, it's not Rime of the Ancient Mariner. It's not Power Slave. It's not... Hell, Lost for Words, the instrumental. Their best instrumental. It's actually Aces High. I absolutely love that song. And this album is great. Like I mentioned, Rime of the Ancient Mariner, that song is... It's like 13 minutes long. And it only feels like it's 9 or 10. In that middle section where it's just the bass and it's the boat creaking and all the wind. Brilliant stuff. Oh. I can talk about this. On Power Slave, the title song, fits the Egyptian theme very well. And apparently that song is like a metaphor for them constantly being on the road. I don't know how that lines up, but okay. I wonder if they'll have any more Maiden albums. Like Somewhere in Time, or maybe Seventh Son, or Number of the Beast. Well, we'll have to see. I've only listened to a couple of Sabbath albums, and that's one of the ones I've not listened to. They have like 20 albums, don't they? Anyway. Ooh. That's not a bad pick, actually. I haven't seen any other Metallica albums yet, so that's interesting. Where do you start with Kill 'Em All? Well, it has the Four Horsemen on it for a start, which is probably my top 3 Metallica songs. It's one of their only songs I would call perfect. Nothing you can take away or add to make it better or worse. And then, of course, Dave Mustaine, he reused all the melodies and stuff, even the vocal melodies. Melodies? No. And made the mechanics, which is a decent song. And Megadeth's first album was actually quite good. It's no Kill 'Em All though. Many people say that what's it called? Killing Is My Business and Business Is Good is better. Nah. Well, I guess it's the Metallica shill in me talking there, because Metallica shill. Ooh. Good pick, good pick. I listened to this album yesterday and it was good. Although, like I said about Human by Death, none of the songs have particularly jumped out at me as being miles better than any of the other songs. Although I must say, Children of the Grave, that was a pretty nice song. And Sweet Leaf, the opening song, and there's that 1 minute instrumental in the middle. That song was cool. Oh, another one I have not listened to yet. Interesting that they're putting Countdown this high, and we haven't seen like Rust in Peace or Euthanasia or what's it called? Peace Sells. That's another album I have listened to, and it's very good. Miles better than their debut, must I say. Again, I haven't listened to this, and oh, really? Anyway, I need to zoom in so I'm not getting distracted so much. Hello? Anyway, Seasons in the Abyss. You know, I went to Phillip Island last week and I listened to Seasons in the Abyss and Rain in Blood. Oh. And after that re-listen, Seasons in the Abyss might just be my favorite Slayer album. Oh, hello. Like, I was stunned at how much they loved it. Every single song is so good. I'm not that big on Skeletons of Society, though. Besides that, every song is so good. War Ensemble is probably my number one Slayer song. The title track is probably the only song where I actually look forward to the solo. I was actually looking forward to a Slayer solo. God damn. And, what else? Spirit in Black, that song is great. Oh, it's got the song list here. Expendable Youth, one of their slower, chunkier songs? Sure, chunkier songs. Hallowed Point, that's one of their fastest songs as well. Dead Skin Mask is probably their creepiest song. Born of Fire, that song is really good as well. Again, just really fast. It's kind of like a Rain of Blood or Hell Awaits kind of song. And a lot of people say that this album is a great blend of what came before, you know? Rain of Blood being really fast and intense, and then South of Heaven being kind of slower and more methodical. They are absolutely correct, because this album nailed both sides of Slayer. Korn. When you heard the hits, you know, Blind, Chutes and Ladders, Clown? Clown's on this album, isn't it? Could do with 40 seconds of them, you know, swearing at each other and going that's pretty bad. Solid album, although I haven't listened to all of it. I haven't listened. I need to get round System of a Down, bro. I still haven't listened to them. Okay, I absolutely love the Black Album. Except for maybe 2 or 3 songs towards the end that are not good. I'll just flat out say they're not good. It is, of course, still the best-selling metal album of all time. Gotta have respect for that. It launched metal in the main... It launched metal into the mainstream more than ever. And it definitely deserves to be still the best-selling metal album of all time. And funny enough, all the big four followed them, with certainly diminishing returns. At the end of the day, though, this is still a great album. Wherever I may, that song is probably my top 5 Metallica songs. Ugh. Can't speak today. That song is brilliant. The God That Failed, also brilliant. Probably in my top 15 as well. Through the Never, Holy in the Now's kind of meh. My Friend of Misery is not very good. Hang on, what else is on there? Enter Sandman. Their biggest hit. Oh, it's not really a song I want to hear again. The Unforgiven. How did I forget The Unforgiven? Their second best ballad to me, behind I Think You Know What, Fade to Black. That song is perfect. Nothing Else Matters. The Struggle Within is a song that a lot of people hate, and I'm like, stop sleeping on this song. It's great. What are you talking about? A Wolfen Man is pretty good, although that chorus is not good. Another absolute classic I have not listened to all the way. I remember once I was listening to it at school, and I managed to listen to half of it, I think, and then I stopped. Of course, has Killing in the Name, which is by a long shot their biggest song. Great song. I just heard it in the car. And what's that song called? Take the Power Back, or it's got like that really nice funky bass in it. Brilliant. Bomb track. Brilliant. One of their best songs. And a bit towards the end is awesome. Anyway. Oh, very nice. This is probably it's definitely my number 2 Metallica album, behind Master of Puppets, obviously. Again, I'm finding myself looking at the song list. If you look at my re-listening to old Metallica songs, I was stunned at how much more I loved this album. Like, it's already probably in my top 10. No, it's definitely in my top 10 albums of all time. What am I talking about? Oh, just look at this. Do you see a bad song here? Blackened, one of their best album openers, and it's almost a prog song because it's very long. It has all the different changes. And Justice for All, same kind of thing. It's about 10 minutes long, so it's got that proggy kind of nature to it. Eye of the Beholder, so many changes. Great opening riff. One. Oh. I'm not even going to talk about One. It's absolutely brilliant. The Shortest Straw, that song's pretty good. Harvester of Sorrow, one of their slower songs, and probably the slowest on the album. No, it might be One or Two Livers to Die, actually. Granted, with One, I'm only talking about the first, 2 minutes, and then, just before the middle section. Die As Eve is probably my favorite song off this album. The solo, the main riff, the chorus, the verse, the lyrics, and the drumming. I'd argue that this is where Lars shines the most on all 10 albums. Because after this album, he kind of went downhill, let's face it. Nothing but praise for this album. Seriously. It's all Among the Living. This is the only Anthrax album I heard. I've kind of had a rocky relationship with Anthrax, because I've heard some of their songs and I was like, ugh. And I heard this album and I was like, wow, that is great. Enough said, because I've only listened to it once. Ooh. Another big hit of Rust in Peace. Ooh. Home to Tornado of Souls, which is probably their best song. Holy Wars, also in competition for their best song. It's got that song Dawn Patrol on it, which just the drums and the bass, and then David Mustaine singing in the background very quietly. That song is great. What else? Oh, Hangar 18. How did I forget Hangar 18? Isn't it about Area 51 or something? That song is really good too, how it's got all the different solos and all the changes. Again, the kind of proggy song, I guess you could say. Brilliant album, and I can see it being this high, sure. Ooh, bit of Tool for you. Okay. I've been listening to Tool recently, actually. I've listened to all of their albums except for the EP. What's that EP called? Opiate. Yeah, I've listened to only a bit of Undertow. This is probably their second best album to me, behind Lateralis. That album is amazing. The title song Lateralis, that is my number one Tool song, easily. Anyway, back to this album. 46 and 2. Second or third favorite Tool song, maybe? Again, looking up. Yeah, sure. Stinkfist, that's one of their biggest radio hits. That song is great. Third Eye, that song is like 14 minutes. And it's got all the talking in it with the quiet bass in the background to, really hype you up. That song is great as well. Yeah, that's about all I have to say. Another classic album I've not listened to. All the metalheads in the comments are like, why haven't you listened to this album? Oh god. I just saw Iron Maiden's debut really high. Anyway. Oh, another one I haven't listened to yet. Again, people in the comments are going to be roasting me for this. Iron Maiden, the self-titled. Higher Than Power Slave. No. It's a good album. It's just production's not very good. Well, that was weird. One of my dad's friends just came in and needed to get some stuff. So where were we? Iron Maiden. Yeah, the production's very rough. Although, come on, the thing came out in 1980. Gotta cut them some slack for that. Some good songs. What's that song towards the end of the album called? A kind of slow one. Isn't it called Prodigal Son? Oh god. That's not the right album. Prowler. That is a good song. I remember that one. Is it Strange World? Oh, I don't remember. No, I'm thinking of the second album, Killers. Phantom of the Opera. That is no question the best song on the album to me. That song is so good. And Paul Di'Anno, the first singer for Iron Maiden, he's got that really nice rough voice, and it's good. Although let's be real, Bruce Dickinson is the best Maiden vocalist. Blaze Bayley is just flat out not a good singer, to me at least. Another one I've not heard before. Ride the Lightning, that is sitting comfortably at my third favorite Metallica album. Fight Fire with Fire is brilliant. Creeping Death is probably my second or third favorite Metallica song. Call of Cthulhu is probably their second or third best instrumental. Although it's probably just a little bit overlong. For Whom the Bell Tolls is brilliant. One of the most simple yet effective songs, and Cliff really shines on that album. Oh, also on the Call of Cthulhu, if you listen to isolated Cliff Burton tracks, oh my god, he's going absolutely ham on that bass, and then they screw him over in the mix. After I've done this video, I might actually make my own cut, where Cliff is, much louder. I actually made my own cut of, Dyer's Eve, put the original song through some EQ, found a bass isolated track, and turned Jason nice and loud in the mix. Oh my god, it sounds good. I'll have to upload it. I'll probably get copyrighted. Probably not. I probably won't do that. Oh. Good album. It's got Walk, which is probably their biggest hit. It's got This Love, one of their more softer songs, although definitely not in the chorus, because he's pretty much just talking down on his past love, and it's pretty nasty. Mouthful War, one of their angriest songs in that main riff, is brilliant. What else is there? Hostile, yes, that song. I take it back, that's the angriest song. That song is So good. And then when they just let all the instruments cut out, and then it's almost just screaming for like, what, 12 seconds, and then it fades out. Good stuff. Ah, another absolute classic of an album that I haven't heard. Crazy Train is brilliant. The solo, the lyrics, the verse, the guitar. In case that doesn't go without saying. Ozzy Osbourne? Yes, sure. Ozzy Osbourne's singing is fantastic. And is Mr. Crowley on that album? I don't know. That song is really good too. It's got all the synths and stuff in it. Opens with the synth. Good stuff. Ooh. Nice. Like I said before, I listened to this album last week. No, I said that about a different album, didn't I? Anyway, great album. It's got their title song, Peace Sells. That song is so good. Just that chorus. Where it's just like, and then it's like that break where Mustaine can keep singing. I'm not that big on Mustaine's voice, although he definitely shines on that song. And the bass is super loud on this song, which is good. Because, what's his face? Dave. It'll come to me. His name, Dave Ellefson, that's the one. He's a very good bass player, even if he does use a pick. I do not want to start that debate. Let's move on. Motorhead, another band that I have not listened to all their albums. Oh, yes! The thrashiest album of all time. You can fight me on that. Angel of Death is probably their best song. I don't know, it's like a three-way tie for me between Angel of Death, Postmortem, and War Ensemble for their best song. People actually attacked them back in the day for being white supremacists, allegedly. Because the lyrics are so full on. You got Criminally Insane, which fools you into being a slow song. And Tom screams in that song. He's like, on the trail, I'm back out. Oh, so good. You got Postmortem, like I mentioned, that song is amazing. Again, it kind of fools you into being a slower song, and then it's absolutely not that. And it's in like, I think it's in a 12/8 time signature, so Dave is going ham, just like always on his drum kit. Good stuff. Even the deeper cuts. Jesus Saves, Epidemic, Born Again? Whatever that song is. No. Why am I blanking? Peace by Peace. Just like Angel of Death is about the Holocaust as well. Pretty nasty stuff. Oh. And again, it's in 12/8, so Dave can go absolutely ham. All those eighth notes. Oh. And again, it kind of fools you into being like a mid-tempo kind of Slayer song, and then it's absolutely not that. Ooh. The very first metal album of all time. I'm one of those people who believes that Black Sabbath is the first metal band. Some people say it's Led Zeppelin, and I'm like, no. It has their title song, which is so creepy. And it's got all the pianos and stuff in the background. Oh. Just for a side note, it's been hot for all day so far, and now it's raining. How good is that? Anyway, it's got that 10-minute song at the end. Normally I don't like when a song becomes a jam session in the middle. Although that song, they definitely keep it interesting. NIB. How did I forget NIB? That is one of their best songs. Easily. I love that song. And the nice fuzzy bass at the start. And Ozzy's singing is so good. And even though the song is like, 7 minutes long, it doesn't feel like it's overstaying its welcome at all. And all the chord progressions and stuff in it is great. And the way that all the members play off each other is amazing. I probably wouldn't put top 5. It would be my top 30 maybe metal albums of all time. Like number 5, just what's influential. Anyway, sure. The Number of the Beast. Ooh, we are seeing some Maiden albums really high. I'd love to see that. The Number of the Beast is great. The title song is good. Hallowed Be Thy Name is just perfect. Probably their second best song to me. Although most people say it's their best, and I totally understand. Just all the different sections. And it's probably the song where Bruce shines the most.